And today I am going to make a very popular dim sum dish. And I know everybody immediately thinks I'm going to show you how to make dumplings. Dim sum includes a wide variety of things, and one of my favorites is actually steamed pork ribs. It's usually done in a black bean sauce, but I don't have any, and also because I find it quite overpowering. It's very salty and you need to do a lot more things with it. So I am going to cheat and use my Kun Chung brown bean sauce, which already comes in your Wok Star kit, the Kun Chung brown bean sauce. It's so easy because they've already mashed it up into a sauce and it's got the split beans in it. We're going to start off by marinading the pork ribs. I got these strips from Costco and they've been cut across the rib so that they're in small little chunks, and then you just cut between the bones to get this. This is using, again, the TSPC that we used last week, which is the normal basic marinade ingredients and for making sauce. Once you get this down, can you see I can now add lots of different things. I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil because that will make it very smooth and succulent. And then the brown bean sauce. And if you like it spicy, Haiphong chili garlic sauce. One other thing I wanted to show you was it has so few ingredients you need to make this dish. Just shredded ginger, chopped garlic, some scallions, and cilantro for garnish. All right, so we're going to start. And I like doing everything with my chopsticks. So, again, the soy sauce. This is the Sanjay Tamari, which I love. That also comes in your Wok Star kit, by the way. Sherry, not too much. You don't want this to be very watery. And then white pepper. All right. Cornstarch, really important when you're making this dish because this is what will make it very tender. And the secret to making this dish is to steam it on low and long, depending on how you like your pork. Okay, so we're going to continue. A little swirl of sesame oil. And then go in there with a clean spoon and do like a biggish teaspoon of beans. And as I said, another clean teaspoon. Do not mix your stuff. Depending on how you like your spiciness, the level of your spiciness, just remember, this Haiphong chili garlic sauce is lethal. So you can always add, but you cannot take away, right? All right, I'm going to use my spoon and just... I hate creating a lot of washing up, so I like using the same things. Now, you will find a lot of dim sum places will actually use baking soda in a lot of their marinading for the beef or pork, which helps to tenderize it. But I hate that texture. It's kind of like rubbery, in my opinion. So here we go. And can you see, I actually only had one layer of pork. And that will help to have it cook a lot faster. I like to actually just add the garlic and ginger on top so it looks lovely. And I'm turning them over so that you're getting the look of the pork instead of the bone part. Very important for presentation. I'm adding the white parts of the scallions in because that's what's going to give it flavor. And I'll leave the green parts for garnishing. All right, here we go. And this is, because this is quite a strong tasting dish, I've actually already made some braised gailan, which is Chinese broccoli. And that's what we're going to have with our pork dish. And a lot of my friends are always going on about how lucky my husband is. See how long that took? Like 5 minutes, right? That's how easy it is. All right, let's talk about the steaming part of this. So I have got this wonderful stainless steel rack, and I have actually put on my Amazon store all the great tools that you need. I absolutely hate gadgets, but there are a few tools that help your cooking go faster and smoother and more efficient and practical. And this is one of them. This, and also later when we're going to get this dish out of the steamer. Ta-da! Look at that, because otherwise it's impossible getting it out of the dish, especially with all that steam going. All right, so can you see I'm using my wonderful wok? See how versatile it is? I'm just going to add the water in. So last week we seared the babi bonde, so we seared the pork belly, and this week we're going to steam in it. I'm going to show you as many ways as I can the different uses of this wonderful cast iron wok. All right, so all we have to do now, this is the Iwatani VA30 stove that I'm using, and it is already engaged, so I'm just going to switch this on. I'm going to switch this on to high at the moment to get it going, but once the water starts boiling, we're going to turn it down and put the lid on. And this lid is a stainless steel lid because you don't want to use anything that's going to drip down into your pork dish. All right, so I'm just going to quickly show you the vegetable dish that I'm going to be eating with this pork dish, which is the braised gailan, Chinese broccoli. And I always like to add a contrasting color. So I added in orange bell pepper, which I've cubed, and I always fry it with garlic and ginger. And that is it. Do I re-season the wok after steaming or boiling in it? If you find that your wok is looking a little bit dry, definitely just use a piece of paper towel, add a dollop of oil on it, and just wipe the oil into your wok. The water is bubbling and boiling. So now I'm going to turn this down. And we may not see the whole complete thing because it's going to take like 10 to 12 minutes. Well, at least, actually. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the different kind of racks that you can use for steaming. I had shown you that stainless steel one, and then there are also bamboo steamers. Isn't this a clever contraption? It opens up like that. Now, I have not looked to see if they have this on Amazon, but at most good Chinese stores, you'll find this. It's called a bamboo steamer rack. However, you don't need any of those things. You can just use your wood chopsticks. Do not use the disposable ones because they bend. And I learned that from a Wok Star because she used the disposable ones and she nearly lost her whole dish. So the way you do this is to have this a little bit wide apart, and I'll show you later if we have time in the wok. Just have it a little bit wide apart and you just rest your dish on top of it like that. So clever, right? Easy and cheap. And then what else? Yes, I wanted to also mention that it's very important to use a wide dish, which can also hold a little bit of sauce or juice, whatever you want to call it, because once it starts steaming, this is a perfect dish for it. I used my fish plates, which I love because it looks lovely. I'm just going to show you. Can you see how it's come up with its own juice, which is so delicious because we're going to have this with actually white rice, and that's the problem with eating dishes that have sauce, because you need rice or something like that to sop it all up. Okay, so this is how you do it. Take the lid off, grab this, but you are going to hold these two areas, not the top, not the bottom, just that area. And also make sure you have an oven glove or something just to help you, just in case. Move that back. Ta-da! Is that not amazing? Now I'm going to show you how I garnish the dish with some scallions and some cilantro. Not too much. I hate when the garnish covers the whole dish so you don't even see what's underneath. Steamed pork ribs with brown bean sauce.